Hi guys, I'm back again with the fourth video in the Prismacolor series that I'm doing, and we've already covered the supplies you will need in the very first video. We've done skin, which is the second video, and hair, which was the third, and now I'm going to be coloring her bathing suit, okay? And so if you have any questions on supplies needed or anything, please refer to that first video, or hair and skin, please refer to the first two videos. Or the second and third, excuse me. So today I'm going to be coloring her bathing suit red, and it's going to be more of kind of an orangey red, and that's because of the paper that I've chosen to use. So I'm going to go ahead and begin. I'm going to show you the colors that I use for this kind of orangey red. So the main color that I use is Poppy Red. That's PC 922, okay? And then I will also use Terra Cotta, which is PC 944. It's quite a bit darker, but it does kind of give me a deeper color. And it's also a little orangey as well, so that kind of plays in on it. If for some reason I find that the color is not red enough and I want more red than orange, I may come in with these two colors. They are Crimson Red or Carmine Red. Carmine Red is much lighter. Crimson Red would probably be for deeper shadow areas if there's, if it's too orange. So those are the colors that I'm going to be using, mainly Poppy Red and Terra Cotta, but like I said, if it's too orangey, then I'll go in. So as you can see, this image has a lot of little, a lot of movement, I will say, in her skirt. So I'm going to teach you how to make all of that pop and make it look very realistic and three-dimensional. I'm going to start off with her top though, first of all. So I got my Poppy Red, and I'm just going to lightly color on either side of the top, okay? I'm going to take my Gamsol and my blending stump and blend that towards the middle of her bathing suit. Okay. I'm going to go back in with more pressure this time with the same color. It's still Poppy Red, just more pressure this time. Okay. And I'm leaving some really light space there in the middle, if you can see. It kind of gives the illusion that it's coming out. Obviously she's a little girl, she doesn't have boobs, but I mean, her torso would kind of come out a little bit. So if it were an older image where they actually had breasts on the image, then I would, kind of contour it a little bit more to show that. But since she's a little girl, she doesn't have that. We're not going to worry about it. But I am going to leave a little bit of light space that gives the illusion that it's rounded a little bit, okay? So I'm going to come in. This is where a lot of technique comes in and a lot of practice, okay? So you see all of this movement in her skirt, which is adorable, but if you color it flat, it's going to look flat. That's the main thing that I love to do, is create dimension, really bring these images to life and make them pop out at you, pop off the page. So way back here, I'm going to just color that in because it's super dark. And then each time this comes around, like the little squiggly lines, what we want to do is really exaggerate that, okay, and really make it come to life. So I'm imagining these little curves here are popping up, right? So what we want to do is go in between those, and every time it comes up, that's going to be a little lighter, okay? So what I'm going to do, just to kind of show you a little better, I'm just going to color in all of these little dips, if that makes sense, okay? Now, I've just laid a tiny bit of color down here, nothing major. I'm going to blend it out already. I've only done a tiny, tiny bit. And what you want to do with the color when you're blending it is go from side to side. Go like this, side to side. And it's going to get skinnier as you go up. Each little curve is going to get thinner as it, you know, comes to the middle, if that makes sense, okay? These little tiny ones, I'm just going to do little lines. Sorry about that, guys. That was my son. Okay, so again, it's going to get skinnier as you get closer to where the band is here. Okay. But you really want to blend it out as much as you can. Okay, I'm going to come in again with the same color and just go darker, but I'm not going to go all the way up to this little band here. I'm adding more pressure this time to get a deeper color. Okay, I'm going to very lightly go over all of this just to get a little color there. I don't want to leave it white. Okay, so you can see it's already coming to life. It's already becoming dimensional. I am going to come in with Terra Cotta because I want a lot of contrast here, and this is a pretty dark color. Okay, and I'm gonna go in here on her bathing suit a little bit with that too, just so that it matches nicely. Okay, I am going to come in a little bit with the terracotta right under that little band. Just like that. But you can see now, when you look at it, that there is movement in the skirt, and it shows and it reflects the light instead of just coloring it all one color. So that's how I would do that with any clothing that you have. Anytime there's a dip in it, you can do it one of two ways. You could do it the opposite way, where when it lifts up you exaggerate that line, but this is, you know, the natural way, because obviously if you had a dress, if you had a piece of material, you're gonna have, when it goes down, you're gonna have a shadow in it. I hope I'm making sense. I'm not really good with creating a visual picture with my words. But if you had, say you had a cloth and you wrinkled it up like that, you bunch it up. What you're going to have in the inside is it's going to be darker, and then it's going to be lighter as it comes up. So it's going to be, your valleys are going to be dark and your mountains are going to be light, and dark and light, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm doing. The valleys are dark, the mountains are light. And it's, I mean, this is a tiny little image, so you don't have a whole ton of room to play with, but it definitely makes a difference. The little details make the biggest difference when you're coloring. Okay, so that's all I'm going to teach you for today, because it was kind of extensive in showing you, and I want you guys to go and practice doing this because it takes a lot of practice. So I will come back next time, and I'll probably just finish up the rest of this this image here with her shoes, the towel, and her bag, and her little flower and stuff. And then I'll go into some other videos for you for just kind of finishing off an image and things like that. So I hope this helped you. I hope it was informative, and I hope you guys will go and practice this technique, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.